You're listening to Conversations Ignite.
Hey, listeners, and welcome back. I'm your host, Robbie, and today we're going to be diving into one of the most intriguing and controversial topics in the world of conspiracy theories, secret societies. Specifically, we'll be exploring the mysteries and myths surrounding the Illuminati and the Freemasons. These two groups have fascinated and terrified people for centuries, spawning countless theories about their influences on the world, their hidden agendas, and their supposed control over governments, economy, and even the entertainment industry. Now, I've always been fascinated by the idea that there might be secret societies pulling the strings behind the scenes. Maybe it's the allure of the unknown, or the idea that there's more going on than meets the eye. What about you? Have you ever wondered if there's truth behind these stories? Or do you think it's all just a bunch of fiction spun by overactive imaginations? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so don't forget to share your theories or experiences in the comments below. Who knows, maybe you've had an encounter with one of these secretive groups yourself. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's start with the origins of the Illuminati, a group that has become synonymous with the idea of a shadowy cable manipulating global events. We'll dig into where they came from, what they stood for, and why they've become such a focal point for conspiracy theories. The Illuminati was founded in 1776 by Adam Winship, a professor of canon law at the University of Ingolstadt in Bavaria. His goal was to create an organization that would promote Enlightenment ideas, challenge the influence of the Catholic Church, and reform society through reason and knowledge. Originally called the Order of the Illuminati, the group quickly attracted intellectuals, politicians, and even some members of nobility. Let's take a closer look at the timeline of key events. The Enlightenment was in full swing during the 18th century, and the idea about reason, science, and the right of individuals were spreading like wildfire. Winship saw an opportunity to harness this intellectual movement to challenge the status quo. By 1780, the Illuminati had grown significantly, with lodges established across Europe. But this rapid expansion also attracted unwanted attention. By 1785, the Bavarian government, fearing the group's influence and revolutionary ideas, banned secret societies, including the Illuminati. Winship was exiled and the group was officially disbanded. But despite this, the legacy of the Illuminati lived on, mainly in the realm of conspiracy theories. Some claim that the group merely went underground, continuing to exert influence in secret. Others believe that the Illuminati never truly existed in the way we imagined it today, but rather a small intellectual group whose myth was blown way out of proportion. And here's where things get really interesting. Some conspiracy theorists argue that the Illuminati's reach extended far beyond Bavaria. They claim that the group had a hand in major events like the French Revolution and even the founding of the United States. We'll explore this connection more in the next segment, but for now, let's just say the seed of conspiracies were firmly planted during this time. While the Illuminati may have a shorter history, the Freemasons trace their roots back much further. The origins of the Freemasons are somewhat murky, but many historians believe the organization emerged from the Stonemen's Guild of the Middle Ages. The Freemasons perhaps are best known for their elaborate rituals and secret symbols. You've probably seen the square and compass symbol. It's one of the most recognizable emblems of the Freemasons. But what do these symbols actually mean? The square represents morality. Well, the compass symbolizes the boundary of human understanding. Together, they reflect the core values of Freemasonry: morality, virtue, and the pursuit of knowledge. Freemasonry is also steeped in rituals. These rituals serve not only to indicate new members, but to reinforce the values and teachings of the organization. One of the most well-known rites is the raising of the Master Mason, which symbolizes the journey of life and the search for wisdom. It's a powerful metaphor for the personal and spiritual growth that Freemasonry encourages. Over the centuries, many influential figures have been members of the Freemasons, including George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and even Wolfgang Mozart. However, the Freemasons have also faced their share of controversies. In the 19th century, they were accused of being anti-Catholic, and more recently, they've been the subject of countless conspiracy theories. Despite these accusations, the Freemasons continue to operate as a fraternal organization focused on community service, charity, and self-improvement. So where do the conspiracy theories come in? Both the Illuminati and the Freemasons have been accused of everything from orchestrating revolutions to controlling the world economy. One of the most pervasive theories is that these groups are working together to establish a new world order, a one-world government ruled by an elite few. Let's take a closer look at some of the major conspiracy theories involving these groups. For example, some believe that the Illuminati played a key role in the French Revolution, using the chaos to further their own agenda of overthrowing the monarch and establishing a new social order. Similarly, the Freemasons are often linked to the founding of the United States. The fact that many of the founding fathers were Freemasons has fueled speculation that the principles of Freemasonry were embedded in the very fabric of the American government. But it's not just historical events that get tied to these secret societies. Popular culture has played a huge role in spreading and amplifying these conspiracy theories. Movies like National Treasure and Angels and Demons depict the Freemasons and the Illuminati as powerful, secretive groups that have hidden agendas. Let's take a moment to break down how these films and others like them have shaped public perception. For example, in National Treasure, the Freemasons are portrayed as protectors of a hidden treasure with connections to the founding of America. While it makes for an exciting plot, it also reinforces the idea that the Freemasons are an influential group with deep secrets. And Angels and Demons presents the Illuminati as a shadowy organization with a vendetta against the Catholic Church. These portrayals blur the lines between fact and fiction, leaving the audience questioning what's real. But is there any truth to these claims? Look at the evidence, or lack thereof. Most historians and scholars agree that the idea of a New World Order controlled by the Illuminati or Freemasons is largely unfounded. The original Illuminati was a small, localized group with limited influence, and there's no credible evidence that it survived its disbandment in the 18th century. Historian Dr. Richard J. Evans, a prominent scholar on conspiracy theories, has provided valuable insight to these myths. According to Dr. Evans, the myths surrounding the Illuminati and the Freemasons has been fueled by a combination of misunderstandings, exaggerations, and deliberate misinformation. He points out that the Illuminati, in its original form, was a relatively obscure and short-lived organization that did not have the global reach or influence that conspiracy theorists attribute it to. Let's delve a bit deeper into the psychology behind why people believe in these conspiracy theories. One reason is cognitive bias, specifically confirmation bias, which is the tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs. If someone already believes that these secret societies are controlling the world, they're more likely to interpret events in a way that supports that belief. Another interesting point is that sometimes the simplest explanation is the correct one, what we call Occam's razor. While it might be more exciting to believe that a shadowy cabal is pulling the strings behind world events, the reality is often much more mundane. Governments, corporations, and individuals make decisions based on a variety of factors: political, economic, personal, and these decisions don't necessarily require the influence of a secret society. Even though the Illuminati and Freemasons are unlikely to be the puppet masters behind global events, the belief in these theories has real-world implications. Mistrust of governments, institutions, and even scientific conjecture can be fueled by these ideals, leading to a more divided and skeptical society. Let's look at some current examples of how conspiracy theories about secret societies are influencing public discourse. In recent years, we've seen a rise in anti-establishment sentiments and skepticism towards mainstream media, partly driven by these theories. This mistrust can make it harder for people to engage in constructive dialogue and work towards common goals. Beliefs in these theories can also have a more personal impact. People who subscribe to these ideas might feel more isolated or suspicious of those around them, including friends or family. This can affect relationships and mental well-being. As we come to the end of today's exploration into the Illuminati and the Freemasons, it's clear that the stories and theories surrounding these groups are complex and multifaceted. While some aspects of these theories are intriguing, it's important to approach them with a healthy dose of skepticism. Ultimately, whether there is any truth to these ideas or whether they are largely the product of speculation and exaggeration is up to you to decide. The possibilities are intriguing, but their plausibility can be quite limited. As with many conspiracy theories, the line between fact and fiction can be blurred. I encourage you to think critically and to do your own research. Consider the sources of information, the evidence presented, and the context in which these theories emerged. Sometimes the truth might be more mundane than we expect, and sometimes it might be more complex. It's all part of the journey of understanding the world around us. I'd love to hear your thoughts and conclusions on this topic. Feel free to share your ideas and perspectives in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast for more thought-provoking discussions. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. And remember, keep that fire burning.
Thanks for listening to Conversations Ignite. See you next time.